time. We're going to stay with the theme of upbeat music. We know that the likes of Afro pop, Afro beat, Amapiano are actually taking over the world, not just the continent, dominating radio and filling venues worldwide. Sub Saharan Africa's recorded music revenues recently surpassed $100 million. That's wonderful. It's reflecting the industry's rapid growth. But there's a big question: where is that moolah? Are we feeling it in our GDPs on the African continent? Or is that revenue going elsewhere? There's something called the black box problem, where many royalties from radio play, streaming services, and public performances go untracked or unclaimed, leaving creators without the income their music generates, which is a challenge that's really big on the African continent. We unpack how music royalties work across Africa, why artists struggle to access the money they are owed, but most importantly, what emerging artists can do to work on this. Seabelon Modibe joins us on the line, a music business expert and entrepreneur all the way from Botswana. Thank you for joining us, Seabelon.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, Fridays are always hectic days.
all
I,
the time, all the time. We've got
uh,
deadlines. We want to wrap things up. We want to go party afterwards. We want an early office day. We want to close those office doors. So I get what you mean. But let's talk about this music industry. Good news that we're hearing: 100 million US dollars. That's a lot of moolah, right? Let's talk about the
yeah.
positive side. What does that actually mean for us as a continent?
No, it means growth. I mean, I think for the very longest, I mean, if you look at the 90s, the early and mid 2000s, before 20, between 2000, 2001, 2010, there was really, really very, very slow uptake and penetration of the music industry outside the African music outside the continent,
Mm-hmm.
and even throughout the continent, like across the continent, you'll find that Southern African musicians are much more popular within the region. They're not penetrating the East African market, the North African market, and so on and so forth. But now, the coming in of the internet, um, you know, the now the AI access to AI tools uh, has really, really. I mean, the coming in of platforms, especially like streaming platforms and so on and so on, has open access to African music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's beautiful. But are we feeling that in our economies? Are we feeling that money trickling down to the ordinary producer on the ground? Is it trickling down to the artist? There's this a concept that we're speaking about today, which is the black box problem, where there is a lot happening in the international stages, on the international streaming platforms, but there's somewhere that the money gets locked and it's not trickling down to the African artist. Tell us a little bit about the theory.
I'll tell you the biggest challenge that has always been there in terms of. I think first before anything else, there is a trickle down. The industry. Every time I'm traveling across the world,
Mm-hmm.
I realize that the worlds are very different. You come to South Africa, a well-regulated industry with major record company, big role players, collecting societies, and so on and so forth. You go to other countries, no collecting societies, big life circuit. You want to make money, you have to go in DJ at the clubs, do this, sell me. Like they've got a big music retail. I can say music retail appetite, but they don't have strong collecting structures, you know. So from country to country and from structure to from what you call it, from territory to territory, it's a different ball game. If you go to Spain to that Ibiza island, it's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So I for artists for creators is identify the money path. follow that path that you believe it's, because now it's no longer one size fits all. There are many ways, you know what I'm saying, in terms of going into the industry. When you go to Europe, America, and other countries, you find that they are booking agents. Like, it's like the bookers, guys who book artists only, right? And you've got the artist managers, right? And these are the people who do management of artists, and they do that only. And these managers, they work with hundreds and thousands of booking agents who work on looking for gigs for artists. So these managers, they plug these artists. I think if you are more on the internet, you always see a lot of people sending you roasters, and you see that this artist,
Sure.
I've seen him in many roasters, or I've seen it in many roasters. This is because the managers are the ones that are plugging this artist to this agents, and these agents are the ones that are taking the artists out, you know.
All right, we'll unpack this a little bit more. Thank you for joining us, Seabelon. I see you wearing your Pirates jersey in our live stream. And big ups to you for that. I'm so proud of you. Even from Botswana, I didn't know we have Orlando Pirates fans there.
I saw, I watched, when I was young,
Yeah.
there was a Coca-Cola. When I was in my younger days,
Okay, you'll tell me later because I
advert.
need to go to a break, but I'm really proud of you. So, yeah, we'll come back and chat a little bit later about that. But we'll speak a little bit more about this economy that we're talking about. Why is it not being felt on the ground? Why are we not seeing those $100 million of streaming, of live performances, of African creativity getting down to the African creative? We'll speak more about that after our break. Cristavio Paulo Alviera, thank you for joining us on our live stream. You're saying good morning live from Mozambique, from Beira. Thank you so much for joining us there. Holler at us at our live streams at Channel Africa 1 on YouTube, but our Facebook page is Channel Africa, where we also live there.
Ahoy, matey!
Captain here to help, right, boys?
Set sail with us on a digital voyage like no other. Channel Africa has a treasure trove of awesomeness. That is our website and social media pages.
Tell me, why are you here?
We want you to be part of our adventure.
The winds are changing, Captain. And this time...
Imagine a world where curiosity knows no bounds, where entertainment meets enlightenment, and where every click leads to the African perspective. Visit us on our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, or follow us on Instagram or on X at Channel Africa 1. Go on, like us on Facebook at Channel Africa 1. So, spread the word. Tell a friend that Channel Africa's online variety is what they need on the web. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Balisa and Benjamin fuel your day with fresh African perspective on Channel Africa.
Africa has recorded a huge amount of revenue, in fact, a record amount of revenue from our music industry, from the likes of Afrobeats and Amapiano going global. But where is the money going? Why is it not reaching the people on the ground, the artists, the producers, and those who are actually putting in the work? We're having this conversation with Seabelon Modibe, who's a music business expert and entrepreneur joining us from Botswana. You know, parrots aside, of course, Seabelon, I want us to continue this particular conversation because I'm a Chiefs fan, by the way, but we'll keep that one moving. We know the streaming platforms themselves, or the platforms that have made sure that our music goes all over the world. It sounds like it's an incredible thing, right? Because the platforms are global, anyone can access them. Even me, I can go and record a song tomorrow, and I have so many platforms that I can put it on with or without a record label. But these platforms are not our own, and perhaps we should be looking at that a little bit closer. They're taking a huge bulk of the money that actually should be coming into the continent. What should we be doing about that?
I think first, before anything else, is we need to strengthen our royalty collecting structures, right? But I think over and above that, the technology to has led to artists taking control of the business. So right now, um, as we stand, it's more about how strong you are to do stuff. Because in the past, you sign to a major record company will do everything for you, you just get the check. But now, because of technology, you don't need a major record company. But it goes back to the structures to collect royalties all over the world. You need to have a strong publisher to do that, and so on and so forth. But I believe, and in the long term, in the short term, I think the biggest thing right now is live performances globally. That's what I'm seeing. What the market is yearning for is African authentic music live on stage. I think that is the thing. But the long term is the royalties, because obviously after your performance, you need to put in your logo on sheet so that the collecting societies over there can, collect royalties from over there and bring them here.
So do you think there is a way for us to bypass the platform issue? Because like you said, it is, I guess, a policy issue where we need to have better policies here. Then we can collect those revenues. But essentially, those platforms will still take the bulk of what could be coming to us. Is there a way to bypass that particular platform system?
For me, I think this, if you know what, I continuously say this, right? Spotify, iTunes, all these platforms, right? It should be owned by artists, but not those companies, because it is the artist and the label that made those companies big and strong.
Sure.
I believe that going forward, there's a need, but there's one in Nigeria, Boomplay. There's a need to create African platforms that can be authentic,
Absolutely,
that can compete vigorously.
for sure.
Unfortunately, hello?
Yeah, I'm just agreeing with you. I think you're saying some powerful points there and saying that we must create our own platforms, right? So we need also those creative IT experts, those startup entrepreneurs to actually fasten that pace and maybe partner up with the musicians themselves.
Yes, because like I'm saying, when you look at Spotify, what business is Spotify? Spotify is just a platform. So who has made Spotify big? It's the record company by licensing the music to them. So I think there's a need to have accessible African platforms that could be popularized. I don't know how other governments will put in money and stuff like that. So that, African music can have a voice. But now, the biggest challenge is that the current tariffs set by Spotify, whatever that they've set, there's nothing you can do. Is that business is based in the US? They've put the tariff. Let's say when you stream a song now, people are actually 5 cents a stream. Is that tariff? But I've seen in the US, the government has come out. I think there was a court case or stuff like that where, or it was the government, the parliament over there. What did they call it? I forgot. That rule that the revenue or the amount that these platforms pay to artists need to be reviewed upward.
Sure, the commissions and the money. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sabel, I think that's so important because, it should be multi-layered. Governments also should come in legislating policies when it comes to our own creative industries. As we wrap up, do you think this will change? Do you think we have that will as the creative industries in Africa to collaborate, come together, but also to really find a multi-layered solution for this problem?
it's coming. I mean, Black Coffee now owns Galo Music. It's a big step. I mean, I can tell you now, in future, you're going to see a lot of Black Africans owning a lot of this. Famously owned, he owns a stake in Galo. You're going to see a lot of people buying stakes in many of these major publishing and record companies. Don't be shocked when you hear that Davido owns a stake in Sony Music or in Downtown Publishing or whatever company, So I think it's getting there. But remember, you are talking about people who have had centuries old hold of this company.
Absolutely.
They will be letting go without a fight.
Yeah, it's a lot of money as well to catch up. There's a lot of investment that is needed for that. But you also highlighted innovation that's needed to deal with this black box problem. Sabelo, thank you for joining us here on Channel Africa. It's been a fun conversation and also informative.
All right, thanks, my brother.
That's Seabelon Modibe, a music business expert and entrepreneur, joining us all the way from Botswana. How do we deal with this black box problem? Well, this is when radio play, streaming services and public performances go untracked and creators go without income that this kind of music generates on these different platforms and ways of generating money. Give us your thoughts. We are live on our streams. Holla back at us. Tell us where you're listening to Channel Africa from. Remember, you are on that live stream on YouTube as well as our Facebook page, Channel Africa. Hey, it's 9:30 Central African Time. We're right on time for sports.